So in this video, we're going to create our header and footer component, and we're also going to implement something called React-Bootstrap. Now, for components, we want to go into our source folder here and just create a new folder called components. And any components that we create, like the header, the footer, the search box, stuff like that is going to go in here. Now, every screen that we have, such as the home screen, the product screen, the profile screen, those are also going to be React components, but we're going to put those in a separate folder called screens, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But for now, let's create a new file. Let's call this header.js. So you want to start it with an uppercase. That's the convention for components. And I want to generate a new React component here. Now this is where this extension comes in handy, this ES7 React blah 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 snippets, and there's different shortcuts that you can use to create snippets. So for example, if I wanted a class component, I could do RCC enter. That gives me a class-based component. If I want a React functional component, I can do RFC. Although this gives you like the regular function syntax, it also exports it here. What I like to do is use RAFCE, which is React Arrow Function Component Export. What that does is it creates an arrow function, and instead of exporting from up here, it creates a variable and exports it down here. And that's the syntax that I like. Of course, everyone has their own preference. This is just how I like to structure my components. So we'll be using that RAFCE shortcut quite a bit. Now, in the header, I'm going to go ahead and change this div to header, and for now I'm just going to put the word header in here because we're going to put our nav bar in here, but I just want to get it displayed on the screen. So I'll go ahead and save that, and remember I have auto format on save on, so it'll change up a little bit when I save it. I'm also going to create the footer, so footer.js, and we'll do RAFCE. And in here, let's change this div to a HTML5 footer tag, and we'll just say footer for now. Now to bring these into our application, we want to bring it into our app.js. So right here, let's import, and we export it as default here. So these components are exported as default, so we don't need to wrap them in, curly braces. So we just can say import header from, and we want to go into our components folder, so /component/header, and we want to do the same thing for footer. Okay, and then we'll go down here, and I'm going to wrap this h1 in a main tag. So let's say main, and we'll bring this up here, and let's put the header and the footer. Okay, so if I save that and we take a look, we should see both header and footer, and then we have our h1 in the middle here. Now we're going to be using something called React-Bootstrap. So I'm sure most of you know what Bootstrap is. It's a UI or a CSS framework that gives you things like alerts and buttons, and you don't have to style them yourself. Of course, you can customize them, but it makes it easier so you don't have to write a lot of CSS. Now, we could use Bootstrap directly and then use divs with classes like btn and so on, or we could use a UI library like React-Bootstrap. So basically what this does, if we go to components and we take a look at, let's say, button, instead of using a div with the class of btn, we actually import button as a React component and we use it that way. Okay, and different components take in different props, such as the variant. So if you want to change the look of it, change the color. There's cards. So if we look at cards, you have the card component, and then there's these kind of like subcomponents like card.image, card.body, title, and you can construct your UI using these Bootstrap React components. So that's what I want to do. I'm going to use that. There's other UI libraries as well, like Material UI, which is pretty much the same thing, except instead of Bootstrap, it uses Material Design. If we look at components and we look at button, it's basically the same syntax. You import it, you use it, you can pass in different props. I do find React Bootstrap to be a little easier to work with because you need to bring in less things. like to create a navigation with Material UI, you have to bring in so many different components and different parts. And there's other UI libraries as well. And of course, you can not use any UI library and just create your own styles, but I don't want to focus on CSS in this course. So that's the reason that I chose to use React Bootstrap. Now, if we go to getting started, we have to install it with NPM in our front end. And you can also install Bootstrap with NPM if you want. However, I'm not going to because I want to use something called Bootswatch. So Bootswatch, they're just free themes for Bootstrap, and they're basically just Bootstrap files, but customized to have different colors and different styles. And we're actually going to use this Lux one, but if you want, you can choose something different. So we're not going to have to install Bootstrap with NPM. We just need React Bootstrap. So what I'll do is just download this. I'm going to take the bootstrap.min.css, and let's see, I'll just open this show in folder, and then I'm going to bring my project folder. Let's see, so here's my pro shop folder, and I'm just going to go into front end and source, and I'm going to just drag that bootstrap file right in there next to the index CSS. So now let's go back here, and we can import this. And where I'm going to import this is the index.js. And we're going to go right above the index CSS and say import and just // and then bootstrap. So it's bootstrap.min.css. And as soon as I import that, if I go back to my application, you can see that the font's changed. So it's using Bootstrap, and it's also using that customized look, that Lux theme. And again, you can use any of these if you want. So now that we have that set up, we're actually bringing in the Bootstrap framework. Let's now install React Bootstrap. So I'm going to leave my server running. I'm just going to open up a new terminal here. And make sure you go into your front end, because this is a front end dependency, and run npm install react-bootstrap. And let's see, the first thing that I want to do is add a container. So a container will just kind of move everything into the middle. You see everything's all like stuck to the side here. So in my app.js, let's close this up. In my app.js, I'm going to import, and we want to use curly braces here because there's a lot of different things you can import from React Bootstrap. And I want to bring in here a container. And then I'm going to go down here into the main tag, and I want to wrap the h1. Later on, this, of course, we're not just going to have this h1, but for now, we'll just wrap that with container. And if we go back, you should see that it gets pushed over to the middle. Now I want a container in the footer and the header as well. We're also going to create a nav bar in the header, but we'll start off with the footer. And all we really need to do here is, again, import container. So I'll just copy this, and we'll bring that in. And then I'm also going to bring in row and column. So you can use the Bootstrap grid with row and column. And let's see, we'll get rid of that. And inside the footer, let's put our container to wrap everything. And then I'm going to put a row with a single column. Now this call, we can pass in a class name. Remember, class name, not class. And for the class name, I want to center the text, so I'm going to do text-center. And I also want to add padding on the top and bottom. So py is padding on the y-axis -3. Okay, and then in here, let's just say, you can put whatever you want. I'm just going to say copyright ampersand copy semicolon, which is the HTML entity for the copyright sign, and then pro shop. So I'll save that. So now that's centered. Now I do want to push that down. So what I'll do is go into my index CSS, because that's where we want to put any custom styles. And I want to say for the main tag, let's give it a min height, and let's do 80, not 80 rem, let's do 80 viewport heights. And that'll push it down. Okay, so now we want to deal with the header. We want to create a nav bar. So there's actually quite a bit that we have to type. So what I'm going to do is go into components, and let's go to the nav bar. And here's an example right here. So I'm going to just grab this whole thing and copy it. And then we can close that up, close that. Now in the header, I want to paste this in. Let's see, in the header, let's get rid of this. And in the header tag, I'm going to just paste this in. Now, there's some things that that we're going to have to bring in, such as the nav bar. We also want nav. These are all components from React-Bootstrap. So let's say import nav bar, nav, and we're also going to bring in container as well from React-Bootstrap. Now down here, we don't need this form. We will have a search form in the nav bar later, but we don't want it yet, so we want to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of the drop down. We'll have one later, but again, we don't need that right now. So we just have these two links, and these are going to go, let's say, this one will go to /cart. I'll change this to cart. And this one will go to sign in /login. And then this is the branding. So here I'm just going to say Pro Shop. And let's do a BG dark. Now since we said BG dark, we want to say variant dark as well, or else it's going to be dark text on a dark background. So let's add dark here. And then I also want to add collapse default. That should pop up. Not collapse default, the collapse on select. And this href here, let's change that to /. And I think we should be good. So if I save that, that should render out. So let's go back to our app. And there's our nav bar. Now, I actually want I want to put a container because you can see how far this goes out. I want it to be over here. I also want these links to be over here on the right. So to do that, let's first add our container, which is going to go right inside the nav bar like this. So it's going to start here, and then the ending container tag is going to go right above the nav bar. And then to move the links over to the right, where we have this nav mr auto, I'm going to change it to margin left auto. And if I save that, there we go. So now it's in a container. We have our links on this side. Now, I do want to use Font Awesome for icons. So there's a few ways we could implement that. I'm just going to use the CDN. I'm going to keep it simple. So if we go to cdnjs.com and just search for font, you'll see Font Awesome. So I'm just going to grab right here this all.min CSS. I'm going to copy link tag. And if you ever just want to add a CDN, you can put it right into your public index HTML. So I'll just put this right here and save. That way we can use icon classes. So in the header here, I actually want to have an icon next to cart and sign in. So let's put an I tag with class name. And the class name that I want to use, we want FAS, so Font Awesome, and then FA-shopping-cart. Okay, so I'll just copy that, and then for login or sign in, let's use FA-user for the class. So now if we go back here, you should see the little icons. Now just to kind of give us some space between the the header and this part here, in the app.js where we have our main tag, let's just add a class name, and I'm going to set it to the Bootstrap class of py-3, which will give us padding on the top and bottom. So now if we take a look, now we have some spacing there. So that's really all I want to do in this video. In the next one, I want to start to create our home screen. And we're going to bring in some products, which initially it's just going to be a JavaScript file with an array of products. And we'll work with that for a little while, and then we'll start to move on to the back end, serving products from there, connecting to our database, and so on.